What's up, guys? Thank you all so much for tuning back. Today I have the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Best Class Setup video, and on today's Best Class Setup video, we're going to be covering the OHM Heavy Weapon. Now, we all know that the OHM is a heavy weapon, but due to the actual types of attachments that you can actually equip on this weapon, you can actually use this weapon to be a rusher or to be somewhat of a passive player. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be telling you guys how you can modify this class setup with this weapon so you can actually use this weapon in either or playstyle. So getting right into this class setup here, we actually have two variants for this weapon. We have the regular OHM and we have the OHM Werewolf. Me personally, I like the regular one because the Werewolf is nice and pretty. It looks really cool, but then again, the accuracy is decreased by 1 point. And at the end of the day, in this actual weapon, you cannot really equip a foregrip, so it could actually help you out with that accuracy. And to be quite honest with you guys, the accuracy and the recoil on this weapon is quite bouncy. So therefore, that's what brings me to my attachments. I like putting on the red dot sight for this weapon. I find that it really does help me out with accuracy and overall control the recoil. Now, for those of you guys who have played with this weapon, you will notice that the ADS, the aim down sight time, is ridiculously slow. It really is a cow. Whenever you're trying to aim down the sight, this weapon takes forever. So therefore, that's what brings me to my second attachment, and I like to call that my quick draw grip. And I really find that the quick draw grip in this weapon helps out tremendously, because even though this is a heavy weapon and normally you're supposed to play passive with heavy weapons, there are going to be certain situations where people are going to sneak up behind you, are going to get close to you, and you're going to need to have that actual advantage of being able to aim down sight, you know, a little bit quicker than you normally would without the quick draw grip. So that's why I normally prefer the quick draw grip for this weapon. The third and final attachment that I prefer for this class setup, and I do keep in mind this is a passive class setup that I'm going to discuss here later on. I'm going to actually tell you what you guys could actually add on to this class setup to make it a little bit more of a rushy class setup. So the third attachment I like to put is advanced rifling, because if you are playing passively, you really do not need stock, but if you're playing passively, you're kind of holding back, which will be actually the right way to play with this weapon in order for you guys to, you know, die less and get more kills. You would actually put on advanced rifling. That way you can increase the damage, you know, as far as long range goes. And trust me, this does help out tremendously, guys. Playing with this weapon passively and calmly does get you a long way. It really does, trust me. And now moving on into the class setup, we have no secondaries, and as far as for perks goes, we have low profile and lightweight. We want to have low profile so we can be, you know, invisible to the UAVs, tracking rounds, and XO pings and things like that, because at the end of the day, with this weapon, as far as playing with the passive, you're going to be holding back a little bit. You're going to kind of play a little bit smarter. You're going to somewhat hide whenever you need to hide, and then go for the kills whenever you need to go for the kills. So having low profile will actually help you stay, you know, undetected by UAVs as long as possible. And then the next perk we have on is lightweight. We are carrying a heavy weapon, so the mobility is not as quick as other weapons in this game. So having on lightweight will definitely help us move faster. No perk 2s for this class setup. Then we have scavenger and blast suppressor. Now this is very important. I have scavenger for a very specific reason. This weapon carries 40 bullets to the clip, which is actually really a decent amount. I mean, for a heavy weapon, it's not the best, but it's actually pretty good, because at the end of the day, this weapon really melts. It is a really strong weapon, if not one of the strongest weapons in the game, if not the strongest weapon in the game. It's extremely strong. The damage in the bullets of this weapon are insanely out of this world. So we have 40 bullets to the clip. Why do we have scavenger? Simply because the reload time in this weapon is extremely slow. So what I want you guys to do when actually playing with this weapon and with this class setup, I want you to fast reload. How do you guys do that? You guys should know, but if you guys don't know, you actually just double tap X, double tap the reload button, or square if you're on PlayStation, and it'll allow you to reload faster, but obviously it'll delete the actual amount of bullets that you have in that clip for that actual round. But if you guys have scavenger, that really shouldn't matter, because at the end of the day, you will be able to replenish your ammunition as you keep getting kills. And then the final perk that we have for this class setup is blast suppressor, therefore invisible on the minimap when performing XO moves. This is a really important perk. It's the #1 perk in the game. Everybody knows it, and I definitely suggest you guys equip this in every single one of your class setup, because when you are moving with your XO moves, you don't really want to be giving away your position, you know, on the minimap, because if you do not have on blast suppressor, you will do so. And then we have our XO ability. The mobility on this class setup, on this weapon in general, is not the fastest, like I just said previously. So therefore, XO overclock would be the smartest move to actually, you know, equip on this class setup. You can use it in many ways. You could actually use it if you decide to spawn trap people, or, you know, you just go into a freaking wave of enemies. exo overclock will allow you to do this more efficiently, whether you want to get to them quicker or whether you want to escape from them quicker. So definitely put on exo overclock. And then we have score streaks. Just the UAV is fine for this class setup. If you guys want to go ahead and take off anything out of this class setup and put on system hack, you can definitely do that, or put any other score streak that you guys want. But me personally, I like that class setup how you guys see it on screen. Now if you guys are rushers, if you guys want to be rushers and you want to basically tweak this class setup a little bit, I have the perfect tuning for you guys. Now there's a few things that you can do. You can take off advanced rifling and put on rapid fire. Rapid fire actually works out great in this class setup. It really does. I do not recommend taking off quick draw grip because it's really useful. But if you guys manage to actually play without quick draw grip, you can actually take it off and put on stock. And obviously, instead of turning corners without aiming down the sight, just aim down sight and turn corners. So basically just turn corners while aiming down the sight while using stock. That way you can somewhat move from left to right a little bit more freely. So overall, if you guys are playing passive, like I told you, you can use quick draw grip, advanced rifling, and the red dot sight. If you guys are playing a little bit more rushy, you can definitely put on the rapid fire. And of course, you could debate whether you want to put on quick draw grip or the stock attachment. Now overall, I know this weapon may seem a little bit overpowered, but at the end of the day, it does have quite a few flaws. For instance, the ADS aim down sight is pretty slow. The reload time is pretty slow. So you kind of gotta balance it out. It is a heavy weapon, so it should have quite amount of damage on its bullets. I know sometimes it could get a little bit overwhelming going up against other players that have this weapon, because it really does melt, guys. I do definitely see this weapon getting a little bit nerfed in the near future. But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to drop a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel grow. If you are new to the channel and want more daily news, update videos, Call of Duty best class setup videos, and just in general gameplay videos, subscribe for more videos. My name is HollowPoiint, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys haven't checked out any of the previous videos, make sure to click the annotation on screen, and I'll see you guys on the next video.